Have you seen a big change year over year in Georgetown under John Thompson III versus Georgetown under Patrick Ewing?
Yeah, I mean they play a lot differently now. You know, he's still some of the same players as we faced here over the last couple of years, specifically their big guys, but you know, their style is a lot different,
You know, sometimes in a league, a coaching hire with a name of that size and that scope can have a big impact on the league, one way or the other. Have you noticed on your side in your profession that his hire has impacted this league one way or the other?
I mean, I think he brings a lot of notoriety to you know, our league, their program. I think he's done a tremendous job with his team. I think they're very well coached. They play hard. You can tell their identity on the offensive end. Like I said, it's a 180 from how they played a year ago. But I mean, he's one of the greatest players of all time, and I think, you know, he's doing a really good job with his team. Like I said, his guys play hard. They try to beat the ball inside. They draw fouls. You know, I think over time, you know, everyone will sort of learn the type of players that he brings in, the type of system that he wants to have long term. Because, you know, when you first take over a job, you sort of have to tailor it around the personnel that you have, and I think he's done a really good job in doing that.
Chris, in regard to Karam Cantor, if you look back to those first few practices and certainly the first few games and how he is making that transition to playing at this level, coming to Xavier in a new environment, new teammates, can you talk a little bit about what that period was like with him, what you saw from him, and how it's kind of set the foundation for where he is now?
Yeah, I mean, it's been fun to watch Karam's development through the time he's been here. He's really quiet guy. He's brilliant. You know, I think that's probably hard to fit in as an older. You know, got your degree. You know, coming from a different place where you have a lot of friendships and trying to learn new friendships and establish who you are as a player. But he's done an incredible job. I think from the very beginning, I think everybody knew he was a really good player. I think early on, if you remember, his confidence waned a little bit. But we were joking about it as a coaching staff. It's hard to believe that just a couple of years ago he's playing 4 minutes a game for a mid-major school. I mean, it's mind-boggling. And he's a tough matchup. He's a really good player. He's a great person. You know, when you add a guy that only has 1 year, a chemistry part of it is huge. And we've been very fortunate with some of the fifth-year guys that we've added. They're humble. They want to be a part of success. They're not about themselves being the part. And he's fit that mold, but he's also helped our team tremendously.
I know at the beginning of the year, and I think I asked you about, you know, what a conference championship would mean to this team. But when you're halfway through the conference and you're right there, you know, just a half game behind Villanova right now, how much is that a motivating factor to this team to the second half of the schedule to go out and try to do something that's never been done here? Yeah,
we just want to improve. You know, there's a lot of games to be played. I mean, we have 4 home, 4 road. A year ago, we were 8-3 in the league, and we found ourselves fighting to go 9-9 through injuries and stuff. So nothing's taken for granted. You know, we got a huge opportunity tomorrow that we need to take advantage of. We have to play with a ton of energy. We got to keep the ball out of the post, and worry about, you know, biting off that game, and not necessarily the next several or the entire remaining schedule. So that's what we're looking to do.
I didn't realize that you guys were 8-3. What was it, a year ago today, or?
I don't know the date, but yeah, 8-3, and you know, we lose Edmond, we lose Trey.
Right.
Yeah.
Wow. How did that experience through the month of February last year inform the way you want to coach these guys up this last month? Well, not this last month, but, you know, last month of regular season.
I just want us to improve. I want us to enjoy being around one another. Never quit believing that we can't get better. And that was no different a year ago. And it was harder, I think, because of the outside world. But, you know, you just sort of insulate yourselves and, you know, take as much as you can from a loss, take as much as you can from a win, which isn't always easy to do, and just trying to get better. You know, there's a lot of teams around the country that don't really have much to play for in the next 2 or 3 weeks. So we have to make sure that our energy on that night is more than the other teams, and it means more to us. And, you know, that approach could serve us well.